Hello, everyone. Welcome in to the Projector podcast. My name is Brian Murphy. I'll be filling in for Alan for the next couple episodes here while he is on work placement for CRECOM. This podcast, we talk to people across the city, find out their stories, and see what's going on down below. With me today is Rick. Rick, how you doing? Rick Derksen.
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Sorry, Rick Derksen.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. Rick, how about just tell us a little bit about yourself? Like, what do you do?
Well, Brian, first of all, how do we know each other?
Oh, yeah, actually, that is a funny story. Okay, so for people that don't know, obviously you don't because you don't know me. For the past 5 years, I have worked for a company called Commercial Pool and Recreational Product. So basically, I go around and I clean swimming pools across the city. Rick and I have known each other for the last year and a half because about once a week, I see him doing laps in the pool, just going back and forth there. We talked about music. We've talked about just a little bit of life stuff because, Rick's honestly a really, really good guy. He's very talkative, just overall really good person. And, so eventually we got to talking about who we are as people. I told him I was in CRECOM, and he was telling me about himself that I'll just let him explain. And, that's how this beautiful episode came to be.
Well, I mean, I work out in the pool, and the pool maintenance guy is pretty important to me, so I wanted to just chat with Brian and get to know him better. And I told him, first of all, I just want to thank you for inviting me to this beautiful campus. You know, it's got a lot of merits for me. It's brings people downtown, young people.
Absolutely.
It's an innovative building. It's got heritage aspects, and it's got it's got very innovative technologies included in it. So I'm really glad that Red River is a leader in the city and contributing to downtown in such a meaningful way, and also in an architectural way.
No, absolutely.
And, in a cultural way, it's very important. Yeah. I am an architect myself, a registered architect. I currently don't practice architecture. I work for the city of Winnipeg in the commercial building permits area, and I'm the administrator of that
awesome
area. So that is kind of, it's architectural work, but it's not design work, I'll say. And I believe, did you ask me something else?
You know what? I just asked you about just who you are and what you do.
Oh.
And because honestly, Rick, you do a lot of cool stuff.
Well, I mean, I try to.
No, for sure.
The other thing that you know me through a little bit is through the Table for 1200, and an organization I work with, a volunteer organization called StoreFront Manitoba, is very interested in increasing public appreciation and knowledge about design in terms of architecture and urban design, and also other aspects of design that help to improve our shared spaces, our city. I think good design, actually, good urban design contributes to the notion of democracy and engagement and security. And there's it's almost like a very wide range of things that could fall under under what design is interested in trying to promote or trying to even create.
No, absolutely. If you were to talk about what buildings in the city you've really appreciated, could you name a couple that come to mind?
I could. Like I mentioned, this Red River campus is one because they took a block of heritage buildings that were maybe in states of disrepair and repurposed these buildings and maintained the facades so that there's this sense of the Exchange District has a strong sense of history and heritage, and that has been kept. And then, like I said, there was some innovative things here in terms of the solar power collection, and also in the new building just across the street, there are special panels that collect solar energy. So there's, I think, Red River, to me, Polytechnic is interested in innovation.
They really are,
and they live it, and also in terms of the Exchange District history, but also there's a history in this country that goes way further back, and that's also, I believe, celebrated on campus, and I think that's important.
Yeah, if there's anything I can say about this campus, like innovation, celebrating culture, like Red River does a lot of stuff really well, really good. So
absolutely. And other buildings in the city, the Manitoba Hydro building when it was built was considered the most intelligent building in North America in terms of how the building responded to changing sun or temperature, and how it is geothermally heated and cooled. I think those are incredibly innovative things, and also urbanistically. And there's a collection of buildings there, True North Square, and also I think the move to put the arena also downtown was a move to bring people to the core of the city.
Oh, for sure.
And I think that's really something that was, I think, a very good idea. I mean, there was a heritage building that was sacrificed to a certain extent, the Eaton's building. I think that was a debatable move, but I think when you consider when you balance out the trade-offs and the benefits, I think it was a good move overall. Going back a few decades, the Winnipeg Art Gallery is a very significant building.
Oh, in what way?
Just architecturally, the way it was designed. Also, I think the location of that also was very well placed in terms of its relation to other buildings downtown. And then the addition that was recently done was also quite wonderful and significant. There are several housing towers that were built around there that really contribute to the city. I think the redevelopment of Portage Place is going to be something that will witness as an improvement on what was a little bit of a project that's had challenges over the years.
Oh, absolutely. I loved Portage Place as a kid.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of people have very fond memories and associations with it.
No,
I mean, I do. I remember the theaters there were great. When the fountain first opened, it was the
fountain was so cool.
And actually, it was sort of memorialized. And I don't know if you've seen this movie that was set in Winnipeg called Universal Language.
I have not.
Oh, okay. It was a critically acclaimed movie set. It was shot in Winnipeg.
Yeah.
And it's all in the Farsi language, which is the language of Persia or Iran. And you should see it because they do celebrate Portage Place in a 5-minute segment.
Really?
Yeah. Sort of ironically, but still, it's
I'd write it down, but we got to record it. So I'll make sure to give it a watch.
I think the Bay redevelopment project will be very interesting. It's a huge project, so it's going to be slow moving.
Well, definitely, but yeah, that's like when it comes to like a project like that, like I can't really blame them for taking their time.
No, it's a lot of design work and a lot of there's a lot of demolition work because they're going to have a atrium in there that's going to cut through the whole building and bring sunlight in because it's a large building. It takes up a whole city block, so to bring sunlight in is a really important move
for sure
and a good move. There are other buildings around Winnipeg that are significant. Another one where there was a replacement. So the airport, there was a very significant modern building that was the old Winnipeg airport. It was dated and getting tired, and it was hard to maintain. At considerable expense, it was maintained, and it was replaced. But it's another one where it's a modernist building that was taken down. It's painful to see it go. Some things do outlive their.
Yeah, like what? Was there any like structural damage or anything like that? Like, was it?
It was more to do with, like for example, maintaining the roof, which was a huge area, mechanical and electrical, or mechanical specifically heating it was, like there are things that are operationally quite hard to maintain, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
So, but I think sometimes, like in the Exchange District, we have such a collection of older buildings here that are repurposed.
Oh, definitely.
So that's always a good way to maintain that stock.
Well, the amount of old places that are being used for stores, for art studios, like the Exchange is a really cool place, and I'm really hoping the resurgence of downtown also really brings a lot to the Exchange. Like to get a couple little cafes in here too would be super nice.
Absolutely, and I think also there's also repurposing in terms of residential, and also we see the market lands just across the street is coming up right now, which will bring more housing and more people downtown.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. No, the market land has been in construction for a while now. I think it'll be by next year it's supposed to be open.
Well, right? I think even this is phased. Like there's a couple of.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
For the whole build out to happen. I think we can't ignore that the Forks has been an incredible development for the city. And
the Forks has changed so much in the last few years. It's been fantastic.
It has. So I remember when I went there when it was just abandoned warehouses, and
Could you give me a year? I'm a little curious on that.
Oh, I would say early 80s, and it was mainly inhabited by pigeons.
Oh.
And there were empty shells, these buildings, and you could just kind of, walk in there. I'm surprised it wasn't vandalized, but and then the transformation of that site, and it's still being kind of discovered and worked out as they go forward. But you're right, there was a redesign a few years ago that really made it more of a consistent experience there, and also that the outdoor area became more of truly a commons area and open, and now there's going to be housing is starting to come on to
really?
the Fork site. Yeah, in a project called the Railside, where there's going to be several blocks of housing.
Kidding.
Oh, you knew about Watertown? We didn't know about this?
I did. Yeah, no, I found out about Watertown, but the residency in the Forks is something brand new to me.
Yeah. I guess you should open up a grocery store there. That's something that's really needed.
Ooh. I was gonna say because there's a wine place, there's a bakery, but there's no real grocery around there. Right?
That's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Oh, it'd be cool to live right beside the Human Rights Museum.
Yeah. So Watertown is I think that's the old Canada Packers area, right?
Yeah, I couldn't say for certain. I didn't want to.
You can't scroll down here.
Basically take your two fingers there and just.
Oh yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Thanks. You're helping an older person.
Oh, no worries.
Understanding technology. Watertown. Yeah, I have heard of this story.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that looks like a pretty cool area they're opening up there. So.
Yeah, exactly. It really was land that was sitting open, and brownfield we call it, because it was previously developed by, that was the Canada Packers or Maple Leaf. No, it was Canada Packers that was there. Yeah. Totally makes sense.
So another thing I would like to discuss. Oh, if you're reading, by all means.
Well, I think they're trying to create a complete community here that
does
have all the
several acres of residential, retail. Like they're trying to build a whole community out there, which is So, but I guess they're expecting the city to grow by however much percent of people. If they're renovating this much.
There's been steady growth. There's always condos. It's actually switching more to apartments is the way to go. It appears.
No, for sure.
In the real estate market.
No, absolutely. So one thing I do want to talk about is you have MS.
I do.
Yeah, and so I'm just kind of wondering, from when you were practicing as an architect to now, have you noticed a steady improvement of accessibility?
Oh, that's a really good question. The building codes have always had, not always, have for quite a few decades have had some provisions for accessibility. And Manitoba has been a leader in this area because when the 2010 building code was published, the province of Manitoba took that document and they said, you know what, or there was also a working group that took that document and said it's just hasn't gone far enough in terms of accessibility. So Manitoba added a whole bunch of amendments to the building code.
Oh, really?
That just took it a bit further. And the National Research Council noticed that Manitoba had done that, and they've tried to now incorporate many, not all, but many of those requirements into the 2020 National Building Code. So things are, I would say, accessibility has been slowly increasing over the years. And you'll notice that all new buildings that you go into have a power door operator at the front, and in some cases also within the buildings. And you obviously universal washrooms or family washrooms they're also called have increased wherever you go, especially
absolutely.
in new buildings.
Yeah.
And those can be used by families or people in wheelchairs, people with assistance who are in wheelchairs, or increasingly also by transgender people that would be more comfortable in a dedicated washroom. So that we see has increased.
For sure.
But the building codes do not apply retroactively, so that's why sometimes people ask me, why doesn't this building have more accessibility? Well, it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't apply to a building that was built in 1940.
Exactly.
So, but often owners will voluntarily improve accessibility just to serve their residents or their customers better. And
For
that's
sure.
completely encouraged. And
No, absolutely.
you know.
Yeah, because even I'm not going to say the name of the building that you live in because obviously privacy, but sometimes I see you you're doing your laps in the pool, and then I see you trying to get from the top of the stairs, open 2 doors, 3 doors, 4 doors.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, dude,
Well, you know what, Brian? I just call it exercise.
Absolutely. Because sometimes I'm just like, damn, but that's honestly the main reason I brought you onto the podcast is because I obviously knew you were in a wheelchair because we have known each other for so long, but you are you're such a positive guy.
I don't know if I am. I think so many people have challenges. A lot of them are invisible challenges, and we just have to keep moving forward. I mean, I don't know if there's actually an alternative, right?
No, absolutely.
Maybe there is, but I mean,
it's possible. Yeah, I just wanted to let you know. Anytime I saw you in the pool area, though, my day got better. For sure.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's nice to say.
Thank you, sure. Because sometimes you just don't want to go to work. You're then I see you in the pool. I'm like, oh, okay, it's a decent day for sure. If you were to talk to someone else who either has recently been diagnosed or someone who is who has ALS, what would you
Not ALS, MS.
MLS. I'm so sorry.
ALS would be tough. What would I say to them? I would say there are things I wish I would have known, and not. I don't want to be dismissive of the mainstream medicine. However, I think we also have to take our health into our own hands, and there are many alternative modes as well that we should look at. And what I wish I would have known about 30 years ago was the real importance of diet, and especially when it comes to certain pathologies like MS. And there are certain dietary choices and certain restrictions that can be challenging, but can also be quite important. And there are supplements that are also very important.
I see.
So those things, I think also, because I'm talking 30 years ago or more than 30 years ago, the online resources were not available at that time. And now,
for sure,
not that people should be encouraged to completely trust online, but there are many resources available, and some of them, I think some of them can be kind of in that quacky, wacky place that you want to be very cautious of, but other ones really make sense and can resonate, and yeah, so I would say that's important. I think everybody, all the alternative health people stress positive attitude, and they all stress gratefulness. Those are important things to keep your mental health, and also that those, I'm going to say, they're psychosomatic things that are important. As we all know, psychosomatic things can affect us negatively. So the theory is that why cannot they also affect us positively?
Oh, absolutely.
And and I think it's almost obvious, but it has to be reiterated, and we have to be reminded that those positive thoughts, and not just thoughts, but it's really, I think the sense of gratitude is that kind of attitude can also make our outcomes better, I believe.
Absolutely.
Strongly. And also, it's funny that you did mention ALS, because there was a study done, and a high degree of people that had ALS were apparently the nicest people, because it's something about, you don't want to internalize your anger or negative thoughts, and sometimes that can have deleterious effects on our health as well. So we want to be able to acknowledge and to some extent express the negative as well as the positive. So I think people that tend to repress those feelings, that comes out in other ways. Often it manifests in negative health. So I think to be more, I see this happening in our culture, especially amongst men. We're becoming much more open. Like, even just talking about my feelings now to you, like, I mean, we wouldn't have had this conversation when 30 years ago.
Yeah,
so I think
it's crazy.
There's this, and why is it taking us so long to get here? There's cultural reasons.
For sure.
There are many reasons, and there are many reasons why it was good to be stoic in certain situations. But I think that's changing, and I think the openness is helpful in a lot of ways. I'm not saying I'm not talking about oversharing. I'm talking about
being open
with your friends, and not being in denial when there are challenges.
Absolutely.
Example,
Absolutely.
And you see this a lot. I observe this a lot in terms of mental health, especially amongst young people. They tend not to stigmatize it, but to be more open. And it recognizes our humanity and our frailty, which we share. And why would we be in denial about that? I don't know.
No, absolutely. Like, mental health in general is just kind of it's not a, what's the word I'm looking for? It's tough.
It's private, right?
No, for
it's
sure.
Often private, and it's internal. And
yeah, like, it's internal, and then, like, you don't want to bother people, but at the same time you want to talk about something, like.
But even physical health, like when I was diagnosed with MS a long time ago, I didn't tell anybody about it.
Really?
In fact, because I was still, I had a very slow progression, so probably for the first almost 20 years, I didn't tell anybody. And then I started to have like a loss of energy, and I started to limp. And even you can hide a limp it seems to me I could. And there was a certain point where I just thought, why am I being so secretive about this? And then I had one or two friends had had strokes, and I just observed how one of my friends went, well, something happened to me. I'm dealing with it, and I'm not blaming myself. I'm not ashamed of it. It's just something to be dealt with or to be managed. And then I started to acquire that attitude. And that's where I am now.
I'm glad you're there.
But even that took hard time, Brian. It took some time because I use a wheelchair now, and that's only been for a year and a half. And before that, I was like, no, I could never use a wheelchair. You know, I'm still independent and strong. But then I realized that I was, making people wait for me as I was using my crutches, and then also there was some safety with a few falls, and then I thought, well, I'm going to use a wheelchair as a tool. I'm still not losing the goal that I want to try to get out of this wheelchair. But for now, it's been very, very helpful, extremely helpful, especially with traveling. I mean, I've gone quite far, and it would have been probably almost impossible without the use of a wheelchair. So, I mean, I just, like I said, I'm using it as a tool for now.
Yeah, because I've only ever known you in the wheelchair. But honestly, when I think of you, I think of Rick. I don't think about the wheelchair.
Okay.
If I'm being completely honest with you, I think of you we're talking about the 80s and 90s rock music. We're talking about movies. We're talking about yeah. So I mean,
I think that's good. I think that would be a challenge for myself as well, to look at somebody and not see if they're in a wheelchair, to not you don't want to define or limit somebody by something like that.
For sure.
But it does make you occasionally self-conscious. I mean, I have an image of myself which is this sort of athletic young person, but that's almost, I mean, that is a part of me. That was,
absolutely,
it's still in me. But I also have to recognize that things change and we change, and
everything changes.
And it's again a part of that denial. Well, wait a minute, things are different, so we have to adjust for it, and hopefully still be productive and, like you said, positive and. We change, but there's an essence of ourselves that doesn't really change.
No, absolutely. Who you are, foundationally, just doesn't change. It's just the events around you just sometimes force you to change or make you change.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
You know what? I would like to talk about your what's the nonprofit?
It's called StoreFront Manitoba.
StoreFront Manitoba. Thank you. Yeah, if you want to talk about that for a few minutes.
Yeah, I mean, we do different activities that try to engage the public in a dialogue with the help of increasing appreciation and also increasing.
Sorry, before I get you to continue, why is it important that the people know?
I think that is a great question. It's one I sometimes ask myself. Let me give you examples of how that might work. So, not this last mayor's election, but the one before, we, as an organization, held a public forum, and it was a panel made up of all the mayor candidates. And at that time, it was very well attended. It was at the Forks, and there were four people that were designated to ask questions with a bit of a presentation, and then those were all related to the design of the city.
Yep.
And the different candidates responded to our questions. So then the public got to see what the attitudes were of these potential candidates in terms of issues of urban design. So those would be density, zoning, the shape of the city, the look of the city. And I think, I think it was Churchill that said we shape our we shape our buildings and they shape us. So there's a notion that we are impacted by the environments that we inhabit.
Oh, absolutely.
So it seems to me that it's not just about, it is partially, but not just about aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
It's about how does the city work? How does the city work in terms of, is it just driven by traffic? Mm-hmm. Sorry, no pun intended. Or are there other considerations that might be important?
For sure.
Public squares, parks, density, and openness, security. Mm-hmm. Those things are all related to how things are designed.
For sure.
And to have some knowledge about that can be helpful in how policies are shaped. Mm-hmm. And the voice of the people is can be very significant. So to have some knowledge, to have some tools to talk about design and urban design can be very helpful. And there's a real I find there's a growing interest in this area. Maybe that's been by some of these design TV shows or just as people have traveled more in this generation and in the previous generation. There's things that people see in other cities that could we have some of those things instead of just always experiencing them abroad or in other cities in North America. So that's why we try to engage the public, and there are other things that are related to design, like environmentalism and the use of our resources.
For sure.
That are limited.
Oh, very limited.
That are very limited, always. So what I always say, what would a smart person do in this situation? What's the intelligent thing?
Yeah.
What's the thing with long-lasting impact? And what's the disposable thing that we don't want to do? So I think increasing that awareness and that knowledge, I think, is helpful.
No, absolutely, absolutely. And so StoreFront is trying to just show people that how important it is, right?
Yeah, and I don't want to say we're trying to educate. I think we're trying to engage. So there's always dialogue. In fact, in several of our presentations we've done, where there's panel discussion, usually we get high-profile people like the mayor or the premier or director of urban planning, and we have to actually cut off question time because there are long queues of people that they want to be involved in that dialogue. So we're going to try to increase our public engagement sessions that we do. Absolutely.
If you're going over time, that kind of shows me like, hey, like people want to be involved.
Yeah, and the interest is high.
Yeah, because my friend Barak, he's also an architect.
Right.
And he was telling me about his time at Landmark there and how his question periods would go on for hours on end. Like
right.
He'd be in Transcona building a new building and there'd be just so much public opinion about what's going on.
Yeah.
So people are clearly interested. So
people have opinions and there's interest. We also did this, walking tours, and we did a walking tour down Wellington Crescent.
Oh, that must have been fantastic.
And there was a group of about 50 people, and there was so much interest and so many questions posed because people want to know. And I think it's amazing. It's great.
No, that's so great to hear. That's do you have any events coming up for that soon?
I think we do. I just can't remember right now.
No, take your time.
I'm sorry. But people can look at our website, StoreFront Manitoba.
Yeah, you know what? Let me just pull that up, StoreFront Manitoba. Let's see if you got an event coming up here. So it looks like you guys had
yeah, so there's call for proposals for something called Benchmark, where benches are placed in different parts of the city just as a design feature that's also functional. You can see some of our other things we've done, cool gardens. There's a really beautiful healing garden at the Forks that we were a part of. And also I see here Winnipeg Design Festival.
Yeah.
It's a major thing that happens in fall. And yeah, it's a quite a colorful. It's quite a colorful, interesting website.
No, it looks like a great design.
Yeah.
All right, Rick, I think that's all the time I got for you today.
Well,
okay, this has been fantastic. It's actually nice to talk to you not in a swimming pool.
I know you feel a bit vulnerable when you're wearing, just a pair of swim trunks.
No, for sure. I couldn't even imagine.
All wet. But no, the pool looks great. And,
thanks.
I don't mind it when it's a cooler temperature. It's really good for exercise.
No, absolutely. Okay, thanks a lot, Rick. And,
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, please, everyone, go check out StoreFront Manitoba for more architecture knowledge and engagement. And please follow us on the Projector. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night.
Cheers.